Hello and welcome to Sports Check with me, Perez, as well. Our preview of the match between the Black Stars of Ghana and Nigeria takes us to Nigerian Ghana, where we speak to former Black Stars defender John Paintsil, who is now into coaching. We are going to speak to him on the game, his career, and his newfound love, which is coaching. This is Sports Check, and once we come back from this break, the conversation begins. Welcome back from the break. This is Sports Check, and my name is Perez as well. I'm speaking to a man who appeared twice at the World Cup and played for the Black Stars. He was quite popular with Ghanaians for his jersey style. John Paintsil is my guest today. Legend.
Big man. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right.
I just saw you in your element. Issuing instructions to these young guys. How has it been, your transition from, playing to coaching? I know it's been a while you did it, but how has it been impacting the knowledge you learned while playing, onto the new generation?
It's been good. It's been good so far. I think it's been 3 years since I moved to Ghana and started doing football, coaching and scouting as usual. And now I have my own team, John Paintsil team, that has registered to play the third division. So I have scouted many players, and now I can see that the future is bright because I need to make sure that John Paintsil, another John Paintsil will come, another Stephen Appiah will come, another ACN Muntari, Asamoah will come, Lai Kingston, not mention others. So far so good. Like you did mention, you've seen a bit of them. So I thank God that we are still here doing football business after our long journey in our career.
What's the difference though from playing to coaching? How is it like?
The difference is big, but one thing that I need to work on is I must understand that I'm not a football player anymore. So I always want my players to play like me and even be better than me. Yeah, so the difference is different. But as a leader, you should know how to put things. When it comes to coaching and teaching, you should know the difference between coaching and teaching. So there's a difference between playing and then being a coach.
We'll come to how you've managed your retirement, but for now, let's focus on the main issue, basically what everyone is talking about, the Black Stars of Ghana. We are now bidding to play at our 4th World Cup, but we face Nigeria. Our rival, they call it the Jollof Derby because we're always fighting over Jollof. We played against Nigeria, I remember, in London when we won that 4-1 game. What are your expectations from the game?
I think this is the game that I would say is a mouth-watering match, game for all Africans. It's not only Ghana and Nigeria. It's a big one when it comes to Ghana and Nigeria. And this game is not just a Cup of Nation or friendly match. This is World Cup, and then two matches. One is gone, one is staying. And we are brothers and sisters with Nigerians, and we love each other. But when it comes to football, we know what it takes. So it's going to be a mouth-watering, beautiful game that everybody is looking forward to watch and to witness. So yeah, we're all looking forward to see the outcome of it.
Players like Jordan Ayew, Thomas Partey, and other guys came under a lot of criticism for their performance. Some Ghanaians feel they didn't do so well. What does this game mean for them? Is it a chance for them to redeem their image as superstars, as players who qualified Ghana for its 4th World Cup?
No. When it comes to Ghana and Nigeria, it's not individual players. It's about playing for the pride of your nation. You have to put your body on line, die for the nation. It's not about you, the player yourself. About your family, your club you are playing overseas, and then, it's a big thing. It's not about individual players. Like you mentioned, few players. It's not only them who are going to perform, or they have things to rectify. But what they need to do is to put their body online for the nation, the pride, and which I believe that they are ready to do that for the country.
Aside the Black Stars itself, how impressed have you been of him? How proud are you seeing someone you played with coming back and at 37 years doing it at the level that he's been doing?
Yeah, I think Sulley is less than 37 years. He's still kicking, he still have his heat. Before he joined House of Folk, we all train here.
Okay.
2 hours non-stop, and then he will still be on top. He can score, shoot from 40 yards and 50 yards, which is, Sulley is here to give a brilliant game for House of Folk. It's a matter of time, and which I think...
So you think what we've seen is just the start? We should expect more?
Oh, you should expect more, because I believe Muntari has more in his locker to give. Yeah. Conditioning, he's doing well, he's coming up. But when he's well conditioned, you see different Sulley Muntari. Because I've played with him here on this particular field every Saturday. And when I say 2 hours, it's not like we're playing against players who are over 40, over 50. We play with the youngsters who run us up and down. So, yeah, he's yet to come.
So my last question on Ghana, the Ghana aspect of the game. Coach Otoado will be taking charge of his first ever Blasters game. What are some of the things that you think he should do in order to win the tie for Ghana? What are some of the decisions that must happen in the game to ensure that we qualify to the World Cup?
Oh, just to be there for the players, and whatever comes. I mean, he's the leader. He's experienced at playing the national team before. You know what is ahead and what is at stake. So, being there for the players will be there for him. And like all the ex-players are also behind him, because we move together. If he made it, we all made it. So we are with him.
It's interesting saying that. So have you had any communication with him since he became the coach?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. But how proud are you that someone that you saw play or you played with has now come over to take the Blaster? Do you think it's a major stage? We have Shika Akono, who also did well. Kwesi Appiah also did well. Now there seems to be a bit of a focus on giving the team to some of you guys who play to handle. Is it a place that you see yourself maybe in the next 5 years coaching the Black Stars?
Yeah, it's everyone's dream to become a better coach in the future. And I believe that opportunities comes when you are doing well, because what you do, people see it, they bring you out, they give you the opportunity, then you execute it. And seeing my senior colleague being handled the national team, I think I should be proud of that, because they are open doors for we the young coaches who are coming in, and when they are doing well, it's good for us. But if things don't go well, then they'll say, oh, the ex-players are not doing well, so the job wouldn't come to them. So we are praying that things goes well for our seniors, so that we can also get opportunity to come in.
Okay, so enough of the Ghana side of the match. Let's move to the Super Eagles. You've played against Nigeria before. You know how difficult it is to play against them. What kind of opposition should Ghana expect from Augustine Eguavoen's team?
Well, it's a tough one for them and for us. It's not easy for them, it's not easy for Ghana as well. So I would say that those who want it more will go for it. And I believe Ghana wants it more. So definitely Ghana will go for it. But we shouldn't expect an easy game. Yeah, we're going to face what we've been facing, especially the crowd, the pressure from the fans. That's why I say the players need to stay focused and know what they want for the nation. And that's the ultimate.
When you say the team that wants it more, to a layman, what do you mean when you say the team that wants it more?
Yes, like I said, you know, when it comes to Nigeria and Ghana, tactics doesn't play the game. Coaches' information doesn't count. So it's the players' ability to win, willing to fight, willing to die for the nation. That is what matters. So that's why I said those who want it more will go for it. If our boys want it more than the Nigerians, they will go for it.
So, I mean, we watched the AFCON, we saw the likes of Moses Simon, Wilfred Ndidi doing so well. Which Nigerian players should we be very, very careful of? We have Victor Osimhen doing so well at Napoli, arguably the most informed African number 9 right now. Which Nigerian players should the Black Stars be worried about?
I think they should be worried about all the team. They worry about the entire game, because the individuals don't play football. And these players that you've mentioned their name, trust me, that day you won't even see them. So Nigeria and Ghana is a local derby. It's different ball game. So we cannot focus on maybe 2 or 4 players thinking that they are the targets. I believe that the Nigerian squad, all of them are target to us because why? It's Nigeria we are playing against.
Someone says it's like Hassan Kotoko and far from. They are on the day they'll be born who will be winning.
There's no formula. Yes.
So on that note, we go for a short break, then we'll come back. We'll delve to other issues of relevance. He's into coaching now. We'll speak a bit more of that, as well as his experience when he was playing active football. This is Sports Check, and my name is Perez as well. Welcome back from the break. This is Sports Check, and I'm speaking to Ghanaian football legend, former Fulham defender John Paintsil. We've touched on the Black Stars game against Nigeria, but there is an interesting issue I want to pick his opinion on because Kwabena Eboa mentioned his name that during the 2012 AFCON in Equatorial Guinea, there were some issues of juju, and at some point you had to address the team because you were not happy with some of the things going on in the team's camp. Can you give us a bit more of details into those issues, please?
Yeah, I'm somebody sometimes don't like to talk about what happened in camp.
Yes.
But for me, when it comes to juju, I don't know what is juju in football. What I know is football is condition game, and they train you. You take instructions from the coach. You take your position serious, responsibilities on the field. That makes you as a footballer. But if you are relying on something that is not exist, or something like an object, it can't help because football, it looks like it's a talent that somebody acquire or you born with it. So like what Kwabena Eboa said, something happened by which I'm not going to say it in the air. I don't have to. I'm not.
But did you at some point have to speak to some of your colleagues on some of these things? Not just don't mention them or to the specifics. Just give us maybe a skeletal view of what happened.
Yeah, some players were believing that some of our colleagues were doing juju. So it was talk, shouting and all. So I have to come in. And then I addressed the issue for them to understand that there's no juju in football. If you see somebody doing something, that thing he's doing for himself. He's not doing it to bring anybody down or to bring the team down. Who will go to the tournament and thinking, no, I have to do something for the team to lose? Nobody.
Yeah.
Whatever the person is doing for himself to progress or to be a good player or to perform. But if I don't believe it, I don't believe it. So at that time, I was one of the seniors, so I have to calm them down and then explain things to them that it doesn't work like that. You only need to focus. If things have been better, I don't think any of them will be fighting and shouting. But which is part of it makes the game sweet because we wanted it better and it didn't work out. So now it tends to be like give and take, talk. But as an experienced player, like myself at that time, I have to calm everybody down, which I was able to do that.
It's an interesting issue because, since that, it was captured in the report of the coach then that there were issues of juju in the team's camp, and he feels that affected the unity and harmony in camp. The 2021 AFCON went and we didn't do so well. That has also come up again. How do we address that? Because if we were facing same issues in 2012 and we are still facing them now, it clearly means that we've not done enough. How do we resolve issue to dissuade or put people's mind off the notion that we need to juju to perform in football? How do we do that?
Well, to avoid this kind of beliefs in all, it started from the players themselves. You should stop monitoring your player, what he does. That is the player's private life. You see, we all have our things. I love to open my Bible and pray before the match. Somebody wants to also do whatever he wants to do. It doesn't matter. What matters is you deliver for the country, because this is not individual clubs you are playing for. You are playing for Ghana, and then the national anthem should be respected, the national color should be respected. So players must focus on their own self when they are in camp, why they are there. Because when it starts from them, you speak out, and somebody will also take it, and then you get a call from here, my colleague is doing this, it's affecting us. Once you do that, it will affect the whole team. So I believe that the players should love themselves, because if you love your colleague, there's no way you speak behind. You see, our time we had a fantastic leader, Stephen Appiah, and then John Paintsil, who always bring all of us together. And for us to understand that we are brothers. So when we are happy, we play better. But when we are fighting ourselves, then we start pointing fingers on each other. That won't help. So it's an advice I will give to these young lads that they need to love themselves. And if they respect themselves very, very well and believe that they can deliver together, there's no way one will go behind and say, oh, I saw him putting something in his socks, so what? If you putting something in his socks, it's not for you. So you focus on, because if you are conditioned well, if you are taking your instructions well on the field, you are doing your duty as you are asking to do, you will perform. So we need to cut all this juju them, and everybody has what he has to do before he play this match.
So interesting take on juju, but still on the Black Stars company. You played at 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
In 2006.
2006
and 2010.
Yeah.
Which of them was your best?
I would say both. Yeah, I would take both. Yeah, because 2006 was our first World Cup, and we went there as an underdog. We were inexperienced, but where we put Ghana, it was very high. And then moving to 2010, we were more experienced. To quarterfinal, it wasn't a fluke.
You know, 20, let me dwell a bit more on 2006. We came up against Brazil. There was Ronaldinho at his peak. There were Adriano. There were lots of players. We were making our debut. Were you starstruck? Did you at some point look at Ronaldinho and like, wow, we are playing against these stars? How was the feeling like playing against that star-studded Brazilian team?
It was great feeling playing against Brazil. Not talking about individual players, but Brazil itself, they are. I remember 2001 when we went to Argentina, they were calling us African Brazil because we were playing good football. Yeah. So playing against them at that stage, we were just all over. We were enjoying ourselves. We play all the game, but they score us the experience, because already they were scared of us, thinking that we have energy, we can run. So we did everything perfect, but they beat us with the experience. So I would say sometimes when you are inexperienced, those things will go against you. But it was a learning curve.
Sure.
Then we rectified immediately, taking the same group to 2010. That pushes us a bit further.
What's your biggest memory from that World Cup, from the 2006 World Cup? That thing that you experienced, whether from the team's camp or on the field, that has stayed with you till now?
Yeah, that's where I got the opportunity to play in England, West Ham. It was great. After Czech Republic match, my agent came to my room saying that West Ham wants you. I was surprised. Like, okay. I was then playing for Hapoel Tel Aviv in Israel. And I always watch West Ham, like English Premier League on TV. And suddenly I'm going to join them after the World Cup. It was amazing. I think that was a great moment.
So from when he told you, just walk us through the process of how you went from Israel to England. How was the experience? How was the process?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, after the World Cup, I have to join the team straight away. They were in Sweden doing the pre-season. So I joined them on pre-season, and then I have to fight for a position. We were 2 there, and yeah, I got my chance. When the league started, I started from the bench, and then I came in second half, and then I took the position. So it was very, very great.
Now let's come to the 2010 World Cup, where we were on the verge of making history, but for obvious reasons, Luis Suarez we would have made it to the semis. How was that experience for you, that we were just a penalty kick away from making history as the first and maybe the only African country? How did you take that, the disappointment?
Yeah, even as at now, some of us are still growing it. We're still talking about it. It hurts. I mean, it's not something that you can let go easy. Me, I don't know when this history will go out for my head. But it was, at that time, I thank God I was already experienced in football, understanding that football, those things are part of the game, it happens. Sometimes you might think the ball will be on the line, and then you just hit the ball and hit the pole, and nobody will understand. It happens to Nigeria, Yakubu. The ball was on the line, he kicked it out from the line. So, I mean, it was a time that all of us, some of us, understand that this is football. I mean, you get to a certain level, you think, oh, it's done. Then suddenly, the game becomes hot and it can humble you. That's what football can do. Football can humble you, it can take you up, it can bring you down. Yeah.
So, how was the experience in the team's camp after the game? How did you guys console yourself? Were you weeping? Were you crying? How did the team take it?
Myself, up to now, I don't know how I go to the bus and go to the hotel because I was off. But when I realized I was in the hotel room, and then we were talking, some of us were crying, we refused to eat. It wasn't easy.
What about Asamoah Gyan? Because, I mean, almost every eye was on him to score that penalty. Then the unfortunate thing happened. What was he going through after everything?
Yeah, he was going through a lot. He was sad, very, very sad. He was crying the whole night, and it was hurting. I mean, seeing your colleagues going through that and people pointing fingers on him, which they forget that we were playing as a team. Yeah. If one loses a chance, they don't know it's all of us. So it was a very, very difficult moment for him. But we thank God for his life. And he's a great player. I mean, anytime we meet and talk, he always talk about this penalty, which is still saddening him, you know. But people think it's okay for him. It's not that okay for him. He still think about it a lot, and we pray that one day all of us will let go.
Then now I'll come to that Asamoah Gyan bit. But when you guys came to Ghana and you saw all the love, the praise, irrespective of the disappointment, how did that make you guys feel that Ghanaians, still irrespective of the fact that you weren't able to go to the semis, we still loved and show a lot of appreciation for what you guys did? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, that was the power of the game, the power of our fans. They were great, trying to cheer us up to keep us back to the track, which we did appreciate at that moment. But like I said, still some of us are still thinking about how the guy Suarez took the ball with his hand, because we, excuse my way, I'm not trying to be racist. African players, we are more athletic, and such ball would have done something like we call it
Dangbele.
Yeah, Dangbeshi. You see, you can play or scissor cut or volley from the line and bring all your body on the floor. So with him, he decided to go with his hand, which has hurt all of us. And I would say we were cheated. Yeah.
But now let me pick a bit more on the Blasters. You had something called Ejaku. How did you come by that name?
It was skipper Tonaldo Apia.
Oh.
Who initiated that during 2008 Cup of Nations in Ghana. I used to make him laugh a lot. I share a lot of jokes. I have some dance that we were even do it on celebration anytime we score. So he's somebody he like people who are jovial. So he just start calling me a Joko. Said I make him laugh a lot. Yeah.
What's your opinion about Stephen Appiah? I mean, we cherish him a lot. For some of us, including my verse, I think he's the best captain that the Blasters have seen. He's the best leader the Blasters have seen. What's your opinion of him?
I think myself, I've learned a lot from him. He was a great leader. He's a leader who always put his players before him. He makes sure that we are all okay and safe before he even move forward. And he never discussed bonuses without us. He makes sure that all of us are there, we agree on one thing, then we move on. During the game, during the match, before the match, we can decide when to score and when to defend, and he initiates all. So, I mean, he's the best captain and the best leader I have ever worked with. And I still cherish him. We still talk. Up to now, we talk, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, he was phenomenal.
You talk about bonuses, and that issue has come up a lot. There are some people who think that players basically play for the Black Stars because of the money and not because they love the country. And especially after the 2014 World Cup, some Ghanaians don't want to hear they know the Black Stars because of what happened. As someone, as a player yourself, is there any truth in the perception or the notion that you guys played for the money and not for the love of your country?
No. The love comes first. It's a pride, you know. Playing for your country, it's a huge thing. It's not something that comes easy. So when you see yourself called up to play for national team first, you thank God that you have been invited to play for Ghana. I mean, millions of people, and you have been called to serve your nation. It's a pride. Because that comes first before, I mean, your equity. Because you are working and say, okay, your sweat, take this, and then also enjoy, buy water or buy whatever you want to. And our time too, I think there was a sponsorship. Yeah, so there was a sponsorship money that was used to pay us. It's not the money that's coming from Abaya and RCC. But yeah, before the tournament starts, they will call all of us and then we agree. Maybe 1 month or 2 months before the tournament, we agree on a certain bonuses. So we don't go to camp and expect something different. So it was well organized. The organization was perfect, because when you are going to where the camera is, they are asking you go to where the camera is. When you get there, you pick a white handkerchief, okay? And then you go there and you say you want green handkerchief. That means you are not being fair, because you have been informed before. That's why I'm saying our time we were progressing because things were in order. The respect was there. The FA respects our needs. They give everything that we asked for. And sponsors were coming because we were playing good football. Because now, if Black Stars qualify for the World Cup, a lot of sponsors will come, of course, and they have to support the boys to go. So we need all that. And the way speculation will come, this money go, they need to explain what the money does in camp. It's not that they give the money straight to the players or sometimes.
So you think that the failure of the people in charge, be it the FA or the government, to explain things to Ghanaians, make some Ghanaians feel that all the monies go to the players? Is that what you think?
Yeah, they need to let them understand that all the money don't go to the players. Because first, the money that they mentioned, there's a flight ticket, there's a hotel, there's footballs, jerseys and all. Food you eat and all. So they have to explain. Maybe they don't have that time to explain break down what they did with the money. So we are going, and you are giving us our bonus. Score, we give you a bonus. And what we normally do is, we don't take bonus per match. We said we are going to qualify. So when you qualify, you give us. If we are there for money, we would have gone and said, we will win this match, you pay us. Then the next match, we won't win. But we said when we qualify. So we are taking only qualification bonuses.
But are we going to see maybe coach some of the big teams in the world like Man City, Barca, Arsenal? Which team do you support, by the way?
I don't support any team. Now that I have my team, I support my own team.
How's Okotoko?
I support both.
Thank you very much, John Paintsil. So this has been Sports Check, and we've been speaking to the former Ghanaian defender, John Paintsil, who has been speaking a lot on the Ghana-Nigeria match, as well as his experience in CAF, his highest point, the highest point of his career, and the lowest, of course. So it's Sports Check. My name is Perez as well. So we'll come your way with another edition. Japan.